I want to talk to you a little bit right now about what I'm calling the Phantom Forest. And I'm calling it the Phantom Forest. And I was kind of thinking of it kind of like in like World War II, they had this Phantom Army under Patton that was this fake army to deceive the Germans that about where the attack was going to come at Calais instead of Normandy. And I was thinking this is kind of like the Phantom Forest. It kind of like exists on a map, but I'm not sure I found any evidence it really exists. And I was thinking maybe it was to confuse like people an invading army when they came here and tried to camp someplace, and they'd get kind of frustrated that there was no good dispersed camping in America, and then decide to go home. So anyway, so I found this on freecampsite.net, and then it says something like free dispersed camping in Mark Twain National Forest. Okay, and I guess I should have noticed actually it's listing kind of like a specific spot. So okay, that was kind of my mistake. But anyway, what I thought I could do is I assumed that all this green area here was supposed to be national forest, which you look and yeah, it's the same shape here, and I know that in national forest there's always like these areas that have been grandfathered in where either the U.S. government didn't want to spend the money on particularly valuable pieces of land, or maybe the people didn't want to sell it, and so they're so scattered within these national forests will be some private land, but usually it's mostly the forest, and then maybe a few little sections you just got to look out for, and obviously don't park any place where there's going to be a no trespassing sign or something. But so anyway, so the idea is I was coming through here, and I just thought I could jump down here and go into one of these areas and just camp for the night, maybe down here or something like that. But anyway, and so when you look at this, it looks nice and green and everything, and like the whole thing looks like it's national forest and everything. But then if you take a closer look at the satellite view, which is something I should have done. Now I'm going to use this program. It's called Epic Pen, and I was just trying this out today. It's the free version of it, but I'm just so I can have a way of kind of contrasting, I'm just going to draw this line around it just to give you some idea of what, when I switch over to satellite view, what it looks like. Okay, it's kind of not doing a real good job doing the lines, but it's hard to draw with the mouse anyway, but this ought to be good enough to get the idea. I'll be a little careful in these areas. Okay, so that looks all nice and everything, right? And then, but then if I switch over to the satellite view, okay, you can see that, there's a lot more public land or private land here than there is public land. It's a lot more farmland. Now this area has more, but it's still kind of sketchy. There's still, and especially up this area where I was too. And so, I drove around I guess I mostly drove around this area. I guess I could have gone further south too, but I mean, it's just, yeah, and I couldn't find much evidence of it really being a national forest. I couldn't find any sign that said anything. I didn't see anything that said forest road. Every road I tried driving down, there's someone's house on there. And then, I mean, you can even look on some of these areas. And it's just, you can see that pretty much any of these wooded sections you see that, here's someone's house. There's someone's house. Oh, actually, maybe that's not. Okay, that's not actually a road. That's a river. Well, anyway, just about any one of these roads you go down, there's someone's house. I mean, I don't know which one of these roads you could actually drive down and feel good about parking there for the night. So maybe this road here, I don't know. Kind of tough to tell if that's a road or a trail or what that is. I mean, I guess you'd have to go down to some of these because they don't seem to be officially marked or anything and just try them out, but I don't know. It's just, don't think you could really feel good about doing that. So now if you look at some of these other national forests in Missouri, for instance, since we're in Missouri, I mean, they look a lot better as far as, okay, this is one of the national, I think, yeah, Mark Twain National Forest. See, they have Mark Twain National Forest. I think that's the name of the national forest in the whole state of Missouri. So it's just, they're scattered sections. I mean, yeah, and if you look at this, I mean, there's some private land mostly along these rivers and stuff, but farmland, but I mean, but there's a lot of areas that mostly look like it is really like national forests and stuff. But anyway, yeah, so that's just something to look out for. I'm gonna have to see. I'll research and see if there's a better program for visiting these national forests and making sure that you really are on federal land, because it's not always easy. I mean, because it's just you see this big old thing that says Mark Twain National Forest. You assume, okay, yeah, I go into that area, I'm good, but it turns out to be, more complicated than that, so, and I don't really want to just like say like, okay, look for a no trespassing sign because that's not, you know, because they're not always going to be everywhere. So, no trespassing signs. And so, you know, anyway, that's probably about enough for today. So talk to you later.